the way you are, sorrowful, painful, tearing up, get up, dust it off, and move forward. Do you know why? Because you are alive, and that is the greatest gift ever. Just shake it off, put it behind you, and forward ahead. Move forward, focus, be determined, and start ticking your boxes, those ones that are not ticked. Start working towards actualizing those things that you had mapped out to do before the end of August. Okay, I have so many things to tell you today. Well, I'm smiling because the first trend on our list is really something hilarious, and I remember that back in primary and secondary school, this used to be like a weekly recitation or daily recitation. But Cubana Chief Priest has met with Peller and asked Peller to recite the 36 states and capital and collect 1,000 US dollars. It was more like a debate, and he said, Peller, can you do it? I'm going to give you $500. He said, no, Baba, make it 1,000 US dollars. And I'm going, what was there to recite 36 states and capitals? Is it not 36 states and capitals? I can do it. Make it $1,000, and I'm going to recite it for you. Okay, Cubana Chief Priest said, no, okay, no problem. 1,000 US dollars. Recite the 36 states and capital. Okay, let us see Peller reciting 36 states and capital.
Capital complete well, I'll give you $500.
Sharp.
$500.
Cash.
If you start from
Can you make it $1,000?
I'll give you $1,000.
You know it. Come on, guys. Guys.
Read 36 states and capital.
Oh yeah. No laughing. Never. But my tongue, I get problem for tongue. I go read them. You go know which I read. But I get problem for tongue. You don't know. See all these foolish people. I don't really pull. Expo. Wait. Oh yeah. State and capital. Ada Umaya. Ada Maya. Oh yeah. Akwa Ibom Uyo. Anagba Okwa. Baoshi. Bayelsa Yenugba. Benue Makodri. Konuma Dukuri. Kosri Fa Kalaiba. No, my tongue. I tell you, my tongue have a problem. Bonuna Maduku.
He's in line.
I'm in line, bro.
I must give you F lines.
And I am if I come on here, I swear so much to do. Guys, I swear I know it's.
Look at how you're losing $1,000.
I'm not listening to Tyson Bossy. But Numa Sukuri, Bossy Bakalaba, my tongue problem. Yes, I swear. See. They no cut up. No, that thing with the wood. But Numa Duguri, Kosifa Kalaba, Esther Asaba, Numa Kananiki. See, I said I love they kill me. You know why they laugh? Now this boy they make me. I know something. I know this thing.
Okay, all right, calm down. I know some of you are wondering, is he joking? Well, I don't know if is this supposed to be a skit, but of course it's real. It was live, and you saw that messages were tripping, and it was live. And this video just made me remember. Can I do it? I tried it, and I bet you I got to the end. Can you recite it? Do you still remember, aside those of us, our children, our siblings that are in nursery, primary, secondary school, I could say you that, you're done with your university. Can you still recite the 36 states and capital? Well, let's go to the reactions. Oh my God. to the reactions. What are people saying about this? Okay, Ignatius Eminazi says, school no be scam. Oh. I don't collect the 1K dolls for my mind. Chai, Peller, Beleo. Okay. Crown Wealth Hyrix says, I just dey pray make my destiny helper no tell me to recite national anthem because I no go know am. National anthem. Oh, that one is worse. Adamu Yahaya Abdulhamid says, school na scam abi. Even a pretty trader across the street would do better. You never gonna tell. Ayo Arise Kola, I feel better. Even chief priest no fit recite am. Even a lot of graduates with first class. Ewo. All right, don't shake the table, oh. Oh my God. Okay, that last person that commented says he bets that even first class graduates will not be able to recite it. Well, like I said, some of us, we knew back then, but you know, maybe have forgotten or will stop halfway, midway, somewhere, you know, but not totally not having it. Which one is Ada, Esther, Asaba, Crossliver, Kalabai? Okay, all right. Well, Peller, school no be scam after all. Oh. School no be scam. Be educated, oh. Your education can take you somewhere. I mean it. Right, we move away from that hilarious trend to this one is emotional because I don't know what's happening in Nigeria. A viral video of a female corps member being assaulted by a group believed to be Operation Udogachi, also known as the Agune Temba Vigilante Group in Anambra State, has stirred online reactions and grievance. The Vigilante Group stormed the Corpus Lodge and caused havoc, giving reasons that they're internet fraudsters without proof. This footage was shared by Heaven 360 Foundation on Facebook, condemning the acts by these gun-wielding men. The attention of Governor Chukwuma Charles Soludo and force members are drawn to this horrible occurrence to bring justice to the corps members involved. Let's see the video. That video is, I don't know what to say, but what could the lady have done, a serving corps member, what could she have done to warrant over 5 men with, you know, ammunitions, beating and stripping her? A very embarrassing and shameful act. She didn't steal anything. They just say, okay, we saw them and we felt that this is the illegal things they're doing here without proof. What illegal thing are they doing? Did you get your hands on whatever illegal thing that they were doing? No. Very unsubstantiated, you know, conversations. They cannot prove anything that they were saying, and they beat up this lady, stripped her. So we call on the government of Anambra State to really look into this critically and do something about it, because that young corps member deserves the justice that we are really clamoring for. Let's see the reactions of people to this video. Julius Ogido says, this country is turning to animal kingdom. Leonard Allied says, this is why I always refer this country as a banana republic. And Prince Iboka says, no matter her offense, she doesn't deserve this treatment. Please, can we all tag and invite the only person that can assure she gets justice? Very dark black man. Okay. He's now the savior, humanitarian. Edidion Benson, have you seen that police brutality is not about the uniform, but about our mentality as a people, imagine common vigilante. All right. Olayinka Yusuf says, someone amongst them or someone elsewhere must have asked her out and she declined. Then they decided to deal with her. That's just the real truth if properly investigated. Emi Rex says, if those that are in charge of security in Nigeria are educated, 95% of the problem in Nigeria will reduce. Do you know what power makes you feel like? Now, when it is in the wrong hands, what happens? Educational sector will be authentic as it was in the old. Morals will be restored. Okay. Elvira Obire says, that's why state police is not necessary. Legalizing guns and ammunition will be a better option because if security operatives are not properly dressed and conduct themselves, the guns and arms will decide. And Sonny Stay says, stripping someone naked is a breach of his or her fundamental rights and should be considered as an abuse. And those that perpetrated this act should be severely punished. And of course, I stand with Sonny Stay because I don't know what level of crime or disobedience or whatever that these core members did that they had to fall out on this particular lady. Over 5 men with ammunitions. What did she ever do? Please, we really want to see that the government of Anambra State does something about this. You know, get straight to the point and fish out those particular vigilantes that did this to the young lady. The law really needs to take effect in Nigeria because when they do this and go away with it, sweep it under the carpet, we will continuously see situations and cases like this. And they will say, you know, after all, the other one did it, went away with it, so we can do it and also go away with it. This is not what we want in Nigeria. Okay, this particular trend is, I think, is related to the recent happenings, altercations that has taken place in some of our, airports. Nigeria Civil Aviation Authority, NCAA, has mandated that all passengers must switch off their phones and electronic devices during aircraft takeoffs and landing, effective immediately. This was announced August 19, 2025 by the Director General, Chris Najomo. With this rule, airlines are required to update their manuals and enforce compliance, which is to enhance all passenger safety. Yeah. You recall what happened with Wasiu K1, the Ultimate, and of course the recent one with Ibom Air. So the NCAA has come out to say there's nothing like airplane mode. There's nothing like flight mode. Turn your phone off and every other electronic devices as the aircraft is about to take off. Maybe you could turn it on, in the air, right, so that you could connect to the free Wi-Fi. But when it's about to land, turn it off automatically. No excuse, no nothing. Just obey the simple instruction. Because people were like, no, how can we turn off our phones? I do airplane mode. No more airplane mode. No more flight mode whatsoever. Obedience, they say, is better than sacrifice. What are people saying concerning this new update? Let's see people's reactions. Olola Wole says the next person to breach any aviation safety and security regulations will not find it funny. Of course you would. Mazi from the east at Nam says phones companies should take note. Nigeria have banned airplane mode. Of course they have banned it. Mr. Francis, news flash. This rule applies to poor people only. You say what? Ibrahim Yarima says, few days ago, I enjoyed a very strong in-flight Wi-Fi on a 7-hour flight. I was just amazed at the technological advancement. No one asked us to turn off our devices. People are moving forward. We are moving the other way. Well, this is now a law. Ayo Lua Philip says, I don't understand why we have to switch off our phone when airplane mode exists. Bigger airlines are not even this cruel. You guys are simply siding with this Ibom who has no regard for passengers. Is that not an overreach? Are we hell-bent on destroying tourism? That's your cup of tea. NCAA, they have made their rule, and you ought to abide by it. So far, you're a Nigerian that's going to use an aircraft. All right, Chief Njoku says, ask them for what reason the passengers should turn their phones off. None of them can give you an answer. The regulation is to put your phones on flight mode or turn them off when the flight is about to take off and when it's about to land, not for the entire journey. All right. Consumer Protection says, for your safety and the safety of other passengers, all phones must be switched off during takeoff and landing. Okay, I don't know why. Is this supposed to be a debate? It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. When the aircraft is about to take off, turn your phone off. Maybe in the middle of the air, turn it on and do what you want to do. When it's about to land, there will be an announcement too. Turn it off. And when you're down, I mean, is that a big deal for the safety of every other person? And you're asking questions, what's flight mode for? What's airplane mode? Oga, madam, when you land, when your feet is on the ground and you see yourself that you're alive, you know, you've not crashed up there, above there, you can ask those questions. But for now, obey. Simple obedience is what we need, because we don't want to see any, air altercations again. The person that will falter this time, Kiri is gonna be a small place for you to be. But I know we're obedient people, and of course we will obey this rule. Okay, there has been news flying that the Super Falcons that won the WAFCON 2024 have not received the cash gift or the gift from the state government. The federal government paid the money to the NFF. The said body called the Super Falcons for issuance, but they rejected it because it was on Naira, not dollars. So the excuse from some of the Super Falcons is that they do not have a Naira account in Nigeria, so they didn't get the money. The money was actually given from the federal government to the football body, and the football body also called the Super Falcons to issue the money to them. They said, no, how can you give us in Naira? The $1,000, the $100,000 that the president promised was in dollars and not in Naira. But the president said $100,000 equivalent in Naira. Naira. Naira is the currency that we're using. So why would they pay you in dollars and you are all Nigerians and they're paying you in dollars in Nigeria? Is that supposed to, be okay that somebody in the US is playing for the US and they're paying them in Naira? I don't know how we think sometimes. So they've rejected the money. They say they don't want to get it unless the federal government gives them the money in dollars, because they do not have an account. So this has been a debate. It's been on and on and on. And they say in the federal government, they've not paid us, so they have paid. This is what we have been able to gather. They have paid, but in Naira. The other gifts, like the house gifts, they have collected it, and it is in Nigeria. They want dollars, not Naira. So maybe they're still in the process of maybe sending it to the CBN, Central Bank of Nigeria, for it to be changed to dollars for our Super Falcons. Of course, they did a great job, but we should try to promote what is actually as. It's not a big deal to open a Naira account in your country. Or better still, if you want it in dollars, you could get the Naira and go make the exchange into the dollars that, you would be able to spend if you cannot spend Naira in your country anymore. Got no hand in this. What are people saying about this though? Let's see people's reactions. Isaac Olatunde says, if I were president, I would immediately revoke the so-called gift I promised the Falcons. If they think they deserve dollars, they should pack their bags and go to the US to work for it. Nigeria's official currency is the naira, not the dollar. It is disgraceful that after playing for Nigeria, you have the audacity to demand foreign currency from the same country you represent. That is unpatriotic, greedy, and insulting to millions of Nigerians who survive daily on naira. If the Falcons believe they are above Nigeria's currency, then they have no business wearing Nigeria's jersey. Okay. I could say that's kind of harsh. Urban Naira says, I called those Super Falcons ungrateful lots. People won't tear me for cloth. Federal government promised you people Naira equivalent of $100K. When I say they must pay in dollars, how? Okay. Pastor Okezie J.A. says, Super Falcon don't want Naira, but they want the house in Nigeria. Super Falcons, convert the Naira to dollars for yourselves. Simple. Okay, we're not taking more comments. Like I said earlier, this is really a big debate, and there's nothing to debate in here. If you don't want the Naira, collect it, do the conversion, and go your way. Or better still, open a Naira account in your country. Right? All right, let's see the word that we have for today before we call it a wrap. What word do we have for today? Word of the day. The word of the day is salient. Salient. What does it mean? Salient means very important or noticeable. How is it used in a sentence? As a model, I desire a salient look when I step out on the walkway. As a model, I desire a salient look when I step out on the walkway. All right, that is the word that we have for today, salient. What's our Family Wednesday question? Today is Wednesday, so what's our Family Wednesday question for today? Family Wednesday question. Should a woman propose marriage to a man after years together and the man is not making any move? Should a woman propose marriage to a man? Yes or no? And why? That's the question we're asking you today. And of course, you're going to connect to us on all our social media handles and subscribe to our YouTube channel, all of which you can find on our website, spectrumtvlive.ng. I am your host on #trending, Ofonono Joseph. See you tomorrow. Be good.